Hello and welcome to the lecture. In this one, we're going to cover the basics of an online sales funnel plus some of the things that you're going to need to know. And a funnel is a process of turning a stranger into a loyal buyer. Some of the terms that you're going to need to know for this course are lead magnet. A lead magnet is anything that you use to get the contact information like the email or telephone number of the potential client or of your potential lead. So the lead magnet is something that you're going to offer. We're going to go over lead magnets a lot more in depth later in the course, and we're going to give you some free lead magnets. Now there's a ton of different niches out there. We can't cover lead magnets for every different niche, but the lead magnets that we give you are going to give you a good idea of how to create your own lead magnets, and the training will show you how to create lead magnets that people want. Other terms are landing page, squeeze page, or opt-in page. They all mean the same thing. They're basically the page where you have your lead magnet. A landing page can also be a sales page, but for this funnel, we're going to be talking about the opt-in page and the lead magnet page, where you're going to have the page where you offer your lead magnet. An autoresponder is the email marketing tool that you're going to use to automate the sequences, and a sequence is a series of emails that people get, and I'm going to show you later in the course how to automate the process so that if a person purchases something, then they get added to a different sequence, or if they don't purchase something or don't click, then they're added to a different sequence. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the funnel. There's a lot to learn, but autoresponder is a term that I'll be using a lot, so you need to be familiar with that term. And it just means the software, usually something like ConvertKit or Infusionsoft or GetResponse or Aweber, MailChimp. These are all different autoresponders. MailChimp, you have to get the paid version to have the autoresponder option. The free version on MailChimp does not have the autoresponder option. Pretty much any software out there, if there's the autoresponder option with the automation options, it's going to be paid. There's no free ones out there that can do what you're going to need to do for a professional online funnel. Retargeting and remarketing is basically when someone visits your blog post or watches one of your video, and then later you send them ads on either Google AdWords, YouTube, or Facebook, or one of their affiliate network sites. And you can use retargeting and remarketing for sending people to your content or sending them directly to the lead page, but we're going to get into the content strategies and paid ad strategies a bit later. But just know that retargeting and remarketing just means that you're hitting up people with your ads after they've already viewed your content. An audience pixel is a pixel that you're going to put on a page, and it's going to generate an audience that you're going to be able to send ads to. This is also related to retargeting and remarketing, but I use the term audience pixel in some of the lectures, so you need to be aware of what that is. You get audience pixels from Facebook or from Google AdWords. Your conversion pixel is going to tell you how many people converted, and so that is also something related to AdWords and Facebook ads. And basically it's just a code you're going to put on the thank you page where people go after they opt in, or the page where they go after they purchase, so that you can know exactly how many conversions you got from the different ads. But a conversion pixel is another need to know term. CTA, you probably already know, is call to action, and the call to action is telling people what they have to do next. We're going to cover call to actions a lot more in depth later, but it's a term you need to know. Now we're going to cover the stages of a funnel. So the very first stage is awareness, and that's where the person has to become aware of your brand or your product. So the first stage of awareness, it's great content which is going to work the best. If you have great content, then it's going to be easy to get more and more awareness, and then from there you're going to be able to send people into your funnel, which we're going to cover later. You can also use paid ads to raise awareness, and you can use paid ads to send them directly to your landing page or lead magnets, but I'm going to show you later that it's actually better to send them to the content first. After the awareness stage, after they're aware of the brand, then the next stage is the consideration, and this is where they have to weigh the pros and cons and think about if that's actually what they want. So do they actually want to purchase from you? They've opted in, but now are they going to make the step from subscriber to buyer? So for the consideration stage, we're going to use videos, webinars, case studies, reviews, testimonials, and FAQs to try to help convert them from just a subscriber to a buyer in the consideration phase. Then the next phase that people go through in the funnel is the decision phase. And that's where they actually make the decision to buy, they purchase. After they've already been in the funnel, they've seen your stuff, they purchase, and it can be repeat purchasers, which goes to number 4, retention. So for retention and decision, it's a lot of the same stuff. You're going to be giving free trials, bonuses, samples, basically showing the people a lot of value and showing them that they made a very good decision in purchasing and that they should continue to purchase. So how this works is basically someone just sees something of your content that's interesting, funny, helpful, something that they'll want to share. Even if they don't share it, it's something that it interests them, and so they're going to remember the name or the brand. It can be a blog post, video, social media post, and then you can use free and paid traffic to send the people to that content. After they have seen the content, if it's a video or blog post, you can retarget them with ads to send them to your lead page or landing page, or you can send them straight there from the content. So you provide great content, and then you say, hey, you want some more? And then you send them directly to your landing page where you're going to offer your lead magnet in exchange for their email. And then they're put right into your email marketing funnel where you're going to be able to market them in a lot of different ways, which we're going to cover. And then once they're in your email funnel, you're going to be able to show them great value. And then after you show them great value, they're going to become a repeat buyer. And hopefully, eventually, they're going to become a brand advocate. And a brand advocate is someone that's going to be talking about you and sharing your post and spreading your name for free. You're not paying them anything. They just enjoy your product so much that they tell others about it. And that's what we want to get all of our readers eventually to that point, not just buyers, but brand advocates. So what's coming up next, we're going to go over a mind map. And in this mind map, I'm going to show you basically how the email funnel works. It's going to start with the landing page and then show you basically an overview of what happens with people inside of the funnel as they go through the different choices. So the very first choice they have is if they're going to opt in to your lead magnet. If they opt in, then what's the next choice they go to? And each of their choices splits off into different options for what you can do in order to maximize the profits from the people that have opted into your list. And then after they have opted in, then you need to know what to do with them. So then in the email sequence part, we're going to talk about what you should do with your email funnel in order to satisfy your subscribers and get them to buy. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at different traffic methods for getting people to your content and getting people to your squeeze pages or lead pages. So that's the basics of the sales funnel. And coming up next, we're going to look at the brain, which is a mind map that I just mentioned. And then after that, we're going to dive into the content part. So I'll see you in the next lecture.